Hello, RPG Limit Break. This is the Earthbound Speedruns PK Scramble Tournament. My name is Derek, and I've got a lovely commentator, Rocky, with me tonight.
Thanks, Derek. Always good to be here. Looking forward to this fantastic race between Serra and Ari. This is the danger bracket, and we will explain what that means in just a few minutes. But Derek, why don't you talk about what the randomizer is?
Okay, so this randomizer, some may be familiar with it, some may not. Let's talk about it. What it is the key item randomizer, so you'll find different key items in different sections. So maybe you'll find trout yogurt over at the Meteor, or maybe at the library, instead of storing away that book, maybe they're actually storing away the carrot key. So different places have different items. Now, some checks, such as Buzz or other different locations like that do not give items specifically, those actually have a potential for being warps to different destinations. So Threed, Foreside, Winters, Saturn Valley, those different types of places. So we do have a couple goals. We do have the four sanctuary, then go take on Giygas, We do have 5 sanctuaries, and we can take out the Sea of Eden Magicant, or we can do straight up 6 sanctuaries to take the victory there. That is roughly what the randomizer is. Looks like we are getting started here in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the bracket just a little bit before the first check.
Sure. So this is the danger bracket, which is basically the loser's bracket. This is double elimination though. And so Serra and Ari have each lost once to get into the danger bracket. Sarah's been in the danger bracket for a few matches and made their way to this finals of the danger bracket. They last beat Daniel RGT to get here. Now Ari has only lost once, and that is to mcmcgurk, who is undefeated and awaiting the winner of this match. So a lot on the line here tonight.
There you go. So as you've seen, we went and checked on Buzz. May he rest in peace. And we ended up getting Winters. So they'll be able to warp down to Winters whenever they want. And you'll see Zombie Paper up at the Meteor. So that shows just a little bit what the randomizer does. So they'll be able to immediately go warp to Winters, go check the drugstore, and they'll be able to go down here and get another check as well.
So, Derek, there are a number of different flag sets tonight that the runners are able to choose from. Each runner chose 2. Derek, do you want to talk about the first 2?
Yeah, absolutely. They are teleport anywhere, so they'll be able to immediately warp out of this room like they would not normally be able to do. Start with the PK teleport beta inside the room. We also have extended PSI. Now that'll take place here in just a little bit when they start getting some levels, but what it does is it shuffles up your PSI abilities. So instead of Paula knowing how to use fire and freeze, maybe they'll know how to use PSI rocket or PSI bomb. It takes some items that Jeff would normally be able to use and turns them into PSIs. They do learn at the same level, but it does shake up the PSIs just a little bit. It is always a great flag set to run, and you'll see more of that here in just a little bit. What are the other 2 flag sets there for us, Rocky?
Yeah, so if you've been paying attention to Sarah's side there, you'll have seen her try them pull up some equipment. Things we aren't used to seeing: a Tucson bat, a purple bat, and that's going to be one of our other flag sets, which is generated equipment. So the equipment can basically be named anything. They'll have to do a little bit more digging to see what the equipment is, the properties are. So that will, it's a good way to shake things up as well. And we also have generate food, which is kind of the same thing as generate equipment, except for the food. So lots of questions, lots of things that they aren't necessarily going to know off the bat. We're going to see a lot more we tend to see a lot more menuing on these nights. So do see it looks like Serra and Ari both took a death to the arcade, so that is definitely not in logic for us tonight.
No, it is not. And on the library item was the signed banana, and in Winters was the pack of bubblegum. So I'm obligated to say, is this even randomized?
Indeed.
So that is an excellent check, right, that they could go down and do. They also do have signed banana for 4 sides, so that opens up Moonside, that opens up the Dusty Dunes, and that does open up Magnet Hills Sanctuary. That also does have an item there.
Yes, both runners having some teleport bonk issues to start. So we'll see how that goes as the night progresses. But we do see some route divergence here with Serra going ahead to try that first sank with the sand banana, and Ari heading to Moonside to see if that's in logic.
I would like to point something out that I don't think we've seen before. Serra didn't pay.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that too. I've never seen a teleport bonk there to get past paying.
I think this is, you're skipping over, if I had to guess, just looking at this, skipping over the trigger zone by using the teleport alpha. So normally we wouldn't be able to teleport indoors. This is a benefit of teleport anywhere. You can just zip past things, enemies won't move while you're running, and it will not trigger certain things. So we've seen photo skips before, specifically in Dusty Dunes and Saturn Valley, but I have never seen payment skip. That is excellent.
Tomar mentioning in chat that Serra had mentioned discovering some new tech that they plan to use this race, and wondering if that was one of the things that they discovered, which could be. There's been, the runners have definitely been pushing the limits of what they can do, and always hoping to discover some new things. So
that is exciting. Definitely going to have to ask a few questions about that. Moonside is always fun, if not a little bit trippy there. Looks like they both made some good decisions. They're not facing any problems for the most part, so that's very encouraging. But it does look like Ori might be gone. Not today, thank you.
Yeah. Went in, got some items, and is going to go ahead and dope out before the boss. Serra was doing okay on their side. Unfortunately, they hit 3 mice at the same time, which the mice are hitting a little bit tough. And so that did hurt them just a little. See how they do on the boss. Are going to take on their first boss here.
Unfortunately, got shroomed. So I'd like to point out, you can see the PSI extended right here. You'll note that they have PSI Dargon, but it is not, in fact, the it's not Rockin'. It's, I believe it's Bomb.
Yeah, I believe it looked like Bomb. And Shroom hitting heavy there, hit him with 102 damage right away, and that's way more hit points than he had at the time. So that is going to be a second death for Serra.
Yeah. Looks like they're doing a little bit of place swapping, which is always excellent.
You saw Ari backtrack there for a second. What he was doing there was despawning the enemies in front of him, get those enemies so far off the screen, and there's a chance that they will just disappear when you walk back. So that is what he was doing there.
Despawning is one of the basic tricks for speed running, and I believe that even casually, a lot of people end up despawning, whether it's intentionally or on purpose.
Yes. And Ari's going to go ahead and take a second death also in the sewers, as the 3 mice get to him and take him down.
That is a big oof. So what we'll see on Serra's side, we didn't point it out with Ori, but we'll point it out here on Serra's side, is Serra will no doubt be going for text skip in Moonside. So when you go into the hotel room where you get the invisible man, you go all the way down to the bottom pixel and walk to the door from there. You will skip all dialogues, and I believe it has been fixed, but it used to turn off all spawns. I believe that has been fixed as of the latest patch of the randomizer. So you'll see they went all the way down, and they're skipping all the conversations about, hey, you like my golden tooth and my eyebrows, yada, yada, yada. No one wants to read it. It's a slowdown.
It does. Did not see any enemies there, so I'm not sure if that trigger has been fixed or not. But we do both see Ari and Serra getting to the Titanic Ant. Just about the same time. Serra uses that Dragoon in one shots the Titanic Ant, so we'll get out a little bit faster.
There you go. It was pointed out by Pepper that it was indeed pointed out by Hintman to go to Jackie's Cafe, and we get a police badge. A police badge is not a bad item for us right now. What that does specifically is we can go take on the police station fight in Onet, and that will also open up the Tucson. So that is excellent. Serra flexing that payment skip again. Go ahead.
Yeah, about that no spawns. Tomar, who is the creator of the PK Scramble randomizer, did confirm that the no spawns flag was disabled when you get text skip. So that is good to know.
There you go. Ori did take a death to Titanic Ant, so maybe taking a couple fights might be a good idea before trying it. Get that PSI power.
We saw Serra try to take a couple fights the first time that they went through the sewers. Tried to hit a couple single mice, things like that. It did get the triple mice, get the benefits from that the first time. So I definitely think that has helped Serra with these fights now. So yeah, Ari definitely needs to try to pick up some quick fights here early on now to get some extra experience.
Agreed. Did want to point out that we do have safe deaths as a quality of life change. So with safe deaths, what that means is you don't lose half your money, and you get back all of your health and all of your power points. So when you take a death, it is not as punishing to your wallet, if not for taking away half your money, but having to go and get a full heal somewhere to get you those power points. Okay, so the Eraser at Magnet Hill.
Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see it, I agree.
But we'll see where Serra goes if Sarah's going to check mines. I'm going back to Onet real quick.
The best part about getting Eraser right now is the fact that we have not done South Winters.
Yes, if we're going to get it, now is definitely the time so that we can go do South Winters and do everything we need to do down there at once, since there is no teleport down there. Making a double dip down there with 2 Tessie rides never feels good.
While great for commentary, we love Tessie, not great for the runners.
We do see Ari getting past Titanic Ant on his side, so he will go ahead and pick up police badge. While we were talking, though, we did see Serra go back through the sewers and go ahead and get past Shroom for their first sink. So Serra does take a little bit of a lead with having 1 sink under their belt.
Agreed. It does look like Ori's going to make it there as well. We will be facing the police, the chief of police, the trillionaire Sprout, the pile of compost, as Tolmar has pointed out. So Ori having to pay. Does not have Fast Pass. So the excellent part about having this PSI right now is as long as they're in the same row, you will attack left and right of your target. So as long as you're targeting Trillionaire, you will immediately be able to take out the sprouts on his left and right.
Unfortunately, one of the sprouts did call a buddy before that, so he was having at least, there was some extra damage coming from one of the sprouts. But Serra does get past Trillion Age and gets access to Tucson.
There you go. Tucson has one check right now, with a potential for another later. We're gonna have to feed. We're gonna have to feed Apple Kid. We're gonna have to give him $200, and we're gonna have to give him a sandwich or something. Run from those slugs. Okay, managed to skip all of them.
Thought Serra might try a teleport skip there. To bonk past them, but just managed to stutter step their way past them. So now we're not picking up any mice because with teleport from anywhere, we do not need them. And so that's why we did see that house be skipped. There's only, I think, one spot where they really come in handy, and that would be mines, and we can pick one up in the mines if we end up going there.
Yeah. Looks like Ori did take a death to the shroom. Gonna go ahead and take out the police station. Good choice, good choice. Alright, we have fed. We have paid Apple Kid. Let's go take a look at what he's giving after checking out what Orange Kid has. Shield Killer? Gross.
Yeah.
Orange Killer does not have a key item, but does have an item. So maybe it could be something good, or it could be a shield killer.
We got Diamond from Apple Kid, so we're going to be heading right back to Foreside to turn that in.
That is true. Go ahead, turn that in, get a key item, and go to 3. In 3, we have a kid check. So we're going to be sitting pretty there. Serra's always checking the Orange Kid. I don't think I've ever seen Serra check the Orange Kid.
I don't
think I've seen anyone check the Orange Kid.
On Extended Side Shuffle, it's a good move. And then also if your NPC characters have a high item drop level, and you can check that. I've seen them pull out some good stuff in a couple of those scenarios. So it's not always worth it, but it can be helpful.
There you go. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, Ari having a hard time of it. Gonna go try to clear the department store for some experience, and hopefully be able to try to get caught up here a little bit. We did see the wad of bills from Venus from the Diamond Turn-In, and that's unfortunate because we don't need both a lot of bills and the diamond, as they both just get us to 3'd.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Ori is taking out the heavily armored Pokey. This fight could be good, it could be bad. I know that sounds just absolutely brilliant there, but Pokey is a every other attacker. So every other turn he says something, or he does, I forget this perfect script, that drops your attack. So you only have to deal with damage every other turn. So that is not bad, unless you have to do physical attacking, at which point you're going to have to take the offense drop. Or he's going to be able to get some new equipment, so maybe that'll help with the going and taking out the shroom.
The levels there, plus the upgraded equipment should, really help. Got some secret herbs and refreshing herbs there, so good to know where we can pick up some secret herbs if we need them.
Agreed. Serra is going to go ahead and pick up Kid Check. So, what are we going to get? We can only hope Buff Bird. It is Pooh. So Pooh is an interesting character in the fact that you don't have to equip him. So that is excellent. And will have a key item as well in his pockets. So when we turn out Pooh's pockets, we may have something really good. The Regal Robe for Pooh. That's not a bad item.
No, always good to get Pooh a little defensive boost right away.
Now, if you're in Serra's position, would you have dropped zombie paper right now? Go ahead and get it out of your inventory. Just go ahead and forget about it. It's done. And then came to Winters? Or would you go ahead and just do what they did and go right straight into Winters?
I'm a big fan of dropping the zombie paper, even if I'm not going to, go through the 3 tunnel right away. Just get it out of my inventory. If you're using, especially if you're using a tracker, the tracker still shows that 3 tunnel availability, and you just have to remember to make sure you sleep at the end there on your way back through. So
there you go. All right, so Serra is going across the channel. We are going to see our favorite MS Paint Beast, Tessie. If you have them, let's see some Tessies in chat. While they're doing that, they're crossing the river, and it looks like Ari is taking out the sewers again. Be sure to drop these runners a follow. They have been doing an excellent job throughout this entire tournament, and they are putting on a really good showing, a really good race. So make sure to drop them a follow, and don't forget to follow Rocky as well, as they do some excellent work as well.
And make sure you drop a follow for my wonderful co-commentator Derek, who streams the Earthbound randomizer on the regular. Also drop a follow for our wonderful PK Scramble creator Jay Tomar. He streams occasionally, like I do. I don't stream a ton anymore, but you will see me jump on every now and then for some Scramble. So
there you go. Don't forget that Earthbound Speedruns also has a Discord that is linked on the PK Scramble website, the About page. So if you want to join up there, you can, and you'll be able to look at some information about generating your own seeds if looks like something you would like to do. Pretty frequently, once a week, we do have a weekly seed. We're actually getting ready to head into week 100, where people just run it and talk about it and have a little bit of fun with it. And there's always learning and educational moments. I'm sure we're going to be asking Serra all about some of those techniques that they have pioneered here for us tonight. Cool says it's fun, can confirm. I can agree. I will second the motion. All in favor.
Serra getting the fight skips there, going through the maze. Does miss that last one, but so worthless protoplasm shouldn't be too bad for them, I don't think.
No.
I say that, and I think I doomed them.
Hey, though, we're going to drop a Starstorm Epsilon. So, I mean, they brought it on themselves at that point.
We have Ari working on the cop fights. And see how he does against Trillion Age Sprout.
Shouldn't be too bad, in all honesty. With
I'm
gonna have to apologize. I think I cursed Ori on that one.
Yeah, I think they took a little bit too much damage against the cops going into Trillion Age. It just didn't quite have the hit points there. Tried to throw a life up, and just did not get it off in time.
Yeah.
We did see a red swirl over on Serra's side, but that arachnid stood no chance against them.
No, none at all.
So we have had a couple really good pickups on Serra's side out of the boxes. That was a couple life noodles. I did see them pick up a repel sandwich earlier as well. So we have repel sandwiches are rare. You'll only find them in boxes occasionally, and so at least we do have one to help us through either cave of the past for Magicant, or excuse me, for Giygas, or one to help us get through Magicant.
There you go. Tentakraut on the rat. We are going to try the Enertron, but unfortunately, we are still hungry. Now, good strategy here. Went ahead and saved here. Drop down the save, so if you were to take a wipe, you'll spawn right there. Can be useful in the event that Pond Cave just says, not today. Second location, though, I'm going to refrain from saying anything before I curse anyone else, as they're facing the third strongest mole.
Did 19 of damage on there and Poon. We're having enough magic points to hit him with some heavy spells right here. So, yep. No problem there for Serra to finish off their second sink. And we do see Ari get through Trillion Age Sprout.
Excellent. That opens up Tucson, which will open up Threeds. They're catching up. We have learned throughout this entire tournament that it's not over till the timer has stopped.
Indeed. We have seen some crazy, really, really close finishes. So while Serra does have a 2-sync lead, right now we just never know how it's gonna end.
Exactly. The eraser erase the eraser, and then erase the eraser, so you no longer have the eraser. Anyone else's head hurt? Great, mine too.
So yeah, so for those of you who are familiar with vanilla game, you will notice that the dungeons are not what they look like there, but apparently because of the difficulty of those enemies that Serra got right off the bat, Serra said, nope, not today, and we're going to go ahead and warp out.
Alright, we got an RPG limit break first meme of the tournament. What are we going to do? No base. No base. Yeah, okay. I can agree with that one. That's a great meme. No base. We can all cheer for that. So, something we won't see and potentially we'll see in future seeds is that some of the dungeons are in fact abridged. Specifically, the only two that are is Stonehenge Base and Dusty Dunes. We have a potential to see Dusty Dunes. Because right now, that is the only thing in logic right now.
We're gonna
go ahead.
Looks like we're headed to Saturn Valley. Did Pooh have Meteorite Piece?
I didn't see Meteorite Piece in Pooh's pockets, but that's a potential. Tentakraut. No. Never mind. No.
We don't have.
Yeah, I don't know that we've ran through Pooh's pockets yet.
Yeah, I think it flashed on my screen for a second as he was moving the stuff around. I just didn't catch it.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and give the benefit of the doubt and say something. Oh, Meteorite. Okay, thank you for that, Gert. The Meteorite. Okay, that opens up Saturn Valley. So, appreciate it there, mcmcgurk. We will see you later tonight in one of the future maps. One of the future races. So, with Meteorite, that opens up the SkyRunner check in Saturn Valley. The Star Master that's behind there will have at this point, would probably have a warp destination.
Yes. I can't imagine that he would have, at this point, he believe he would have to have a warp destination. Just because whatever key item is going to be in mines isn't going to be enough to really open stuff up. And
I'm gonna go ahead and call. And this is a long shot. Underworld, Lost Underworld. We have Tendacrout. We can turn in Tendacrout, get an item, go ahead and go to Fire Sank.
Yep.
We also then have Dusty Dunes, which has the potential for being something like Fly Honey for Milky Well.
say if Seed wants to be really mean, it will go ahead and give Pooh the Pooh his Psylern, and that would guarantee then that we would have Fly Honey in mines, because that would be the only logical progression item. So
Tolmar would disagree and say Pencil Racer and Monkey Invite.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. If we get Underworld, that'll be exciting to see. And plus, we will get to see some dinosaurs potentially. So, I'm all for Jurassic Park today.
Yes.
Ori is going to be taking the Tessie ride as well. So we have a second chance to drop the Tessies in chat if we have them. A floppy bracelet sells for copious experience. Potentially.
We have some nice teleport skipping there on Serra's side, getting through those dungeons quick.
Gotta love teleport anywhere for the ability to just say, not today, fights, not today. So, are we gonna go around are we gonna do back SkyRunner strats or front? Back SkyRunner strats. The only correct strats.
Indeed. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we get. Happy.
Ooh.
Well, that was on nobody's radar. That's interesting. Does give us another sink. Gives us, the cabin. So there's always that possibility that whatever the kid or bear or buff bird have in the cabin will be what we really need for our progression.
Kid is Paula. Because the seed is going for Giygas finish. So at this point, logically, it would make sense for it to be Paula right here.
It would, yes.
Because otherwise we'd have to have Hieroglyph and Hawkeye or Trot Yogurt. Key to the cabin.
She's just sitting there for no reason.
Hey, Paula, reach to the bars. Maybe open the gate. Dumb kid seed. Okay, that's what you meant there, Gurk. Dumb kid seed. I was sitting there going, I don't know if I get that, but no, makes sense here. Reach to the bars. We're put in a little effort. Little goes a long way. Now, so let's see if we see Serra do it, but this is something that we have seen in previous seeds of going and checking inside the cult hideout for items. It is scaled to the Franklin badge. We do not have that yet, so those items could potentially be a lot higher. It looks like we're potentially going to be skipping it. Can't say that's 100% to blame, though.
No. We are leveled up enough that these enemies are just running for the hills, so Sarah's going to have no problem getting through this sank, no problem.
No, that is perfect. So logically, this will be third.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Adder Fry Pan, okay. Oh, fourth!
Wow, was definitely not expecting that. So whatever's in mines, is going to be. I mean, at this point, it has to be progression anyway, but it's going to have to would logically lead us to what is considered our third sank. Very interesting.
Okay, so where do you think third sank would be then? It would almost have to be behind Belch Base, right? Oh no, or
not necessarily. It could be, yeah, it could be Key to the Shack. It's either, I think it would have to be at this point Key to the Shack or Fly Honey for access to Belch Base and Milky Well. So, for the runner's sake, obviously, I'd be hoping if I was runner for the Key to the Shack. Obviously, for us, more racing, more better. So, I was looking for that jar of Fly Honey so we can get some extra time. Oh, and we do have. This is also another check I, for some reason, always forget about. We do have Berglund Park. So, because we've got Paula now, we can go ahead and take on this enemy. And once we do, the enemy will give us an item.
It opens up a pretty good shop as well. Do you want to point out, Art did clear out Pond Cave, and it's going to go ahead and snag the Panda Kraut. So that brings them up to 2 sanctuaries. Catching up, slowly but surely. Electrospectre, it's going to have to pray for some mercy, and going to find none.
Yeah. And with as heavy hitting as Serra's been, looks like that may have been just a little bit out of logic, but not enough that Serra was not able to beat them. So
there you go. Ari's going for the classic meme. Butts. Ooh, Franklin badge. Do you go check Carpenter over mines?
Speed wise, yeah. Definitely would check Carpenter first. It's such a faster check. So yeah, definitely would be headed right back there. And that is what Serra's doing. So
now the question is, will this be scaled to 3rd sank or 5th sank?
Yeah, that's the question. And it's, what's in mines, what is in Stonehenge. And Ari's trying to get through Stonehenge right now. So that also could be an item that could potentially lead to a 3rd sank.
As Ori noticed, the dungeon is a nightmare. Maybe got away. So
we've seen them get away a couple times, get a couple of green swirls. So I think he kind of realizes it's a little bit stronger than maybe it should be for him right now, but he's definitely using some good strats to go ahead and get through it.
That's a pretty it's a pretty big check, because it could be scaled a lot higher potentially, but also really could provide a really good item or some really good alternate progression. Let's put it that way.
If we get through here, we get a decent item from one of the NPCs typically, and then a progression item of some sort. So could very much be our logical access.
Yeah.
On Serra's side, we do have them taking on Department Store Spook, and that was no problem.
Interesting.
All right, UFO engine. So that would open up Summers, which is at this point would only open up another teleport check.
Yeah. Looks like
definitely having some issues on Ari's side there with Master Barf.
could pull it out of the bag, though.
Oh.
That is what you love to see, folks.
Except that he died. He's gonna... Oh. That is the horrible thing to see. That his counters rolled to 0 as he beat the boss. So it is going to be a death.
When was the last time that Ori saved? Oh no! Okay,
I mean, it's not going to be so bad. You know, he did defeat the Sank, so the enemies are going to be running away from him as long as they're not so many that he's got screen lag. It's a time killer, but again, depending on what's there. And I was watching Ari try to do that fight against Barf and missed what the item was in the mines. Chat, you want to help me out there? What did mines have?
Pile of puke. Mini Barf, I'm sorry. That's what the mines has.
No, I meant for item. What are we mining? What were we...
Missed it. So the question is, does it flag the base as being done?
It should flag the base as being done, but Tolmar says it's safe to enter the jar room though, where you get that item, and that's Tolmar. That's a you question. I honestly don't know. I have seen that issue with the simultaneous deaths before, but I don't think I've ever seen it in in Stonehenge there. So we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be interesting. I am both fascinated and terrified. Granted, it shouldn't. I don't think it would completely dead end us, but it may not be good.
And on Serra's side, we do have to see them getting through these mini bars, no problem. Picking up some quick fights. These enemies mostly don't want to deal with Serra, and that's helping. So,
Yeah,
right, here's the. All right, so we are one room away from the answer here. If we're soft locked, because we may not be able to get through the door.
Yogurt dispenser was in mines. That's...
Yep. He's not going to be able to get this item. That is a soft lock on the item. Oh!
Tiny Ruby!
Team Ruby! Oh, and he's gonna move now. Oh, thank God.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I'll just talk to Ari about that little thing to see how he managed to, if he just forgot to try to talk to him right away or if he had to shift to try to talk to him. I know he, had teleport. He did have a mouse as a potential way out, but being, stuck right there behind Tony could have caused some issues either way. So glad though that he was able to go ahead and pull that out.
That was...
we see Serra climbing the Monotoli building. So obviously the mines had yogurt dispenser.
Yeah. Don't know how I feel about yogurt dispenser, but the prospect of having Buff Bird is kind of exciting.
Yes. More Buff Bird, more better.
So for those who don't know, who have not been able to watch the rest of the journey, Buff Bird is Flying Man. Flying Man can be in any of the kid checks and is a physical beast. And will absolutely destroy enemies and subsequently will get destroyed by anything with a physical shield. However, that's not happening today.
Nope.
We got Jeff. Okay, so Jeff will have an item, and Monotoli will have key to the shack. Okay. That opens up fourth sank for Serra. Now, it's at this point that Sarah's going to have to start asking some questions. I'll pose them to you, chat. Right now, when you get 4 sanctuaries, you can go to Giygas. We have all of the kids. We have prey. We have some pretty good items. So we can potentially go take on Giygas. However, something that has been up and coming throughout this tournament has been the prospect of taking 5 sanctuaries and going to Magicant. It has proven to be slightly faster when taken at the same time, and it just depends upon if Giygas is indeed dangerous. Sometimes Giygas is a bully.
Well, and the biggest thing with Magicant being faster is that, minute plus cutscene after you defeat Giygas where you literally can't do anything but sit there and stare at it. You just don't have that if you go through Magicant. So
the question is, where do you go? Do you go for potentially 5 or 4, or do you take the 6? I don't think we've seen anyone run 6, as far as I know.
We have once. We had one race the entire tournament, and it was maybe week 3, week 4. I don't remember which, where we did see the runners go ahead do 6 things.
Okay.
So yeah, it's the only one we've seen though this tournament where where that has happened. So,
it's not a no, but it's not a yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would consider. We've got a couple items. Jeff has an item.
Yeah, I didn't see what Jeff had. Did you? Serra menu's so fast; it's hard to kind of catch to see what they have. So,
sure. What's Serra have? Teleport anywhere on the rope. Just levivate up the rope. It's fine. Don't worry about it. No, Wada Bills was in from Venus.
Yeah, we've had Wada Bills for a while already, so.
Frankenstein 3. Man,
no problem.
Yeah.
That was quick work. Oh, Ari tried to get Photoman Skip coming out of the mines. Wasn't just unable to make it, so everybody say Fuzzy Pickles.
Fuzzy Pickles. Must be the Hawkeye. It must be at this point. All right, that's a dead item at that point.
Yes.
I think I'm kind of on the page. I'd swing by Boogie Tent. Take a swing by, see how it goes. See what kind of item we got there. But I think Sarah's saying, not today. I'm going to go to Giygas. Let's get this done. Because at this point, 46 minutes in, these caliber of runners are really good and would be like, okay, I need to start thinking endgame at this point. My opponent is looking down the same avenue and it's going to be taking some of the ideas as well. So you kind of have to think and play what you think your opponent is doing as well.
Sarah doesn't know that, Ari took all those deaths. And so that they definitely have, a sizable lead at this point. Up 2 kids. Apollo, that's a big one. So, Ari, I'm sure, is feeling behind, and just doing their best to just keep pushing forward. So, but we are going to see Serra go ahead and head to the Cave of the Past to take on Giygas.
Yeah, looking at it, Ori has not went to 3 yet at all. That's interesting. Fourth sync was 24 and fifth was 52. Good lord. Just no. Okay, so
Yeah.
So right now, Ori needs to go Threed. Ori has the capability of going. Has had the capability of going to.
Well, and Threed was on his warp list there, so he's been there, but didn't. Because he's got poo. 'Cause that's what he hasn't been to. He doesn't have happy access yet.
That's right.
Because he hasn't been to Saturn Valley.
That's right. Good call. Good call. All right, so let's play a game real fast. Listen, Serra is indicated with pass. Who is Giygas' assistant? It cannot be Carbon Dog. Frankenstein, too late. Already off the table. That was giant.
We just took down Frankenstein. Yep, Frank's always a good option. My go-to is Thunder and Storm, but we've already seen them. Saw Titanic Ant, saw Shroom, saw Mani was the shot boss in Happy Happy. We haven't seen Kraken yet, so it could be Kraken.
Or DX.
Yep.
I'm gonna go off those three. I'm gonna go Clumsy Robot. No, you know what?
We saw Spook already, Jimothy. So we haven't seen Clumsy Robot. That's another good guess.
I'm gonna go Teeth. I'm gonna go Assistant Teeth. For those who don't know, that's Boogie Tent.
We've already seen Trillion Age 2, Jimothy. So.
All right, who is it going to be? Yeah, Trillis Police Chief. No jokes were made about that whatsoever. Bad at this? Junior is on the table.
Yes, both Starmans are on the table.
All right, who is it going to be? It's Mondo
Mole.
That is excellent to see. Go ahead.
Okay, so nobody guessed Mondo Mole, so no fake internet points awarded today.
That is accurate. It is kind of annoying, but no shields. So we're not going to be having to face down, oh, they have a PSI shield, or oh, they have a physical shield. Not too bad. The freeze resist is not. I don't think it's going to be going to play too hard into this one because I don't think I have seen a single freeze this entire time.
Yeah, we haven't. There's been with the 6-minute side shuffle, freeze has been missed out on. So
this is phase 1 of the Giygas fight. Oh, Boogie Tent was red. Okay, good to know. Phase 1 is down for Serra. We're going to be reaching into phase 2. We do have PSI Brain Shock.
So there was not a helpful item there on Boogie Chan. Ari did pick up the pencil eraser there.
Gross. That's just gross. There's the Brain Shock. Giygas is feeling a little weird. Ori.
Hasn't been to because he hasn't done Saturn Valley yet. He doesn't have the Happy teleport. He's going to go ahead and make the walk to Happy.
Oh, Ori.
Feels bad, man.
It do feel bad. As Serra's entering phase 3, we are going to be facing down prayers. So we have randomized prayers. Hopefully we'll see some previous winners, Charge and Charles. Captain Strong, no one wants to see Captain Strong praying for you. I prefer the for-profit health system. Praying they don't get hurt too bad. Just as a heads up, this is known. It is this fight in Giygas is a bitrate killer. It's going to look a little grainy. That is a known thing that happens with every Earthbound run ever.
Yes. Usually we don't get it till the end of the prayer sequence, but sometimes, like today, we are going to have it the entire prayer sequence. So, don't adjust your TVs. This is normal.
Pixels upon pixels upon pixels. Pray for Ness and his friends.
That's his family prayed for his friends, but that was some funky animation there with the pixel delays.
Yeah. Also, lots of flashing for those more sensitive. Good call out, Mad Cat. Lots of flashing, so if you are sensitive to it, I would go ahead and maybe look away. Don't turn off the screen. We will be here as always.
All right, so
but
and
as take care of yourself.
Yes, as we see Serra continue to go through their prayers, Ari is getting to happy on their side. But the winner of this match will take on McGurk about 10 minutes or so, I believe, after the end of this match. And so that is going to be the grand finale, potentially, of the PK Scramble tournament this year. So I say possibly. So this is a double elimination tournament. Serra's lost once. They'll go ahead and take on McGurk. McGurk has not lost at all. So for Serra to come through as the champion, they will have to defeat McGurk twice in a row tonight. McGurk only has to get one win.
Okay. Drop your GGs in chat for Serra.
Yes.
So, how did Serra get so far ahead? Great question, Sesame Seed.
Yes, for those who don't know, Black Sesame Seed is Charging Charles. He was our last tournament winner, so welcome on in.
There you go. Serra has taken the win, but let's describe it. Ori did not take any big missteps. Unfortunately, Ori did take a few deaths. In the deaths to their right logical progression. The only air quotes misstep would be the long walk to Happy. They did have that potential to go work there from Saturn Valley. It's about the only big misstep that was taken.
And there is the Serra finishing up. Serra finishes up first with an official race time of 56 minutes, 25 seconds. So GG's to Serra.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, Ari's deaths definitely were big setbacks. He took deaths, unfortunately, where he had to go through long walk areas, had to go through sewers at least twice. It's just unfortunate where those deaths ended up. Serra did take a couple deaths as well, but Serra's weren't as costly as Ari's at the end. Yeah.
It does look like Ori has officially thrown in the towel at 56-58. That happens even amongst the best. And Ori is getting as far as you're one of the best. If you want to learn anything, these two runners, as well as really anyone that made it into the tournament, people in the tournament are really good folks. Yeah. And are really open to helping people who are willing to learn. So if you're interested in doing that sort of run, be sure to go do the Earthbound Speedrun Discord that is linked to the PK Scramble website. So you can start generating your own seeds and start working on your own. Hello, Serra.
GG, Serra.
GG's. Your own. Congratulations. I don't know if you can hear me. Congratulations. For those in chat, thank you for tuning in so far. Next, we do have another race coming up. Congratulations. It will be, I believe it was McGurk versus those in chat. Thank Serra, you for is that so correct far. There, Rocky?
Yes.
Next.
Yep. Hello.
Okay.
Hello, Serra. GG's.
Thank you.
So, give us your thoughts on that seed.
The start was rough. Getting all the way to the end of the sewers and then dying to the boss was not great. But I think it was pretty good. Apart from that, the Giygas was basically free once I got past the first phase. Had a full freeze resistance and a Franklin badge, so I wasn't even bothering to heal.
Yeah, your Giygas was good. Yeah, you both you and Ari had rough starts. Taking some deaths. The big difference with between the two of you was Ari took some more deaths, and more unfortunate deaths where he spent a lot of time kind of redoing stuff. And then he never made the walk. He never made the walk to Saturn Valley. He ended up picking up the pencil eraser and and then walking to Happy. And so those are the kind of two big things where the divergences really helped you out there.
Mm-hmm. It was an excellent race, though.
Yes, you. So one of the things that we saw you do that we hadn't seen done, that we were going to wonder if that was new tech that you had discovered, was you using the teleport from anywhere to skip paying at the museum to use your signed banana.
Oh, that's really old tech. That's like one of the first things I did when Teleport Anywhere was made a thing. It was, you can sneak into the museums.
Do you want to reveal your new tech or not yet?
I mean, you did see it. If you can sneak past Liar Exaggerate into the house, but then also down the ladder as well, and it skips a text box. It skips 2 text boxes.
I didn't even see that.
It saves like a couple of seconds, but yeah, I found that literally like half an hour before the race.
I knew you could skip. I knew you could skip the first one. I didn't realize that you could skip the second one as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, we were over here going, oh my gosh, skipping paying at the museum? What is this witchcraft?
I'm not sure that's even faster, really, but it's cool, so may as well.
If you don't have the money in your pockets, it's faster.
Yeah.
All right. GG's Serra. We will let you go so that you can start getting ready for your next race versus McGurk.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Rocky, it's been a pleasure. I don't think you're commentating on anymore. It's been a pleasure getting to commentate with you. Thank you for the excellent commentary.
Yes, thank you.
Third race.
I was going to say thank you, Derek. It's been great commentating with you. It's been great doing commentary this tournament. This is my first tournament that I've put myself out there to do commentary. I learned a lot and just really enjoyed it. So thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next tournament.
I will have to be there as well. We are going to have some new commentators coming up here for the next race, but I will be back for the third. Don't forget to follow all of our racers, Serra, Ari. Don't forget to follow Jay Tolmar, creator of the randomizer, as well as don't forget to follow Rocky. They all do some excellent PK Scramble content.
Yes, as does Derek. So go ahead and drop him a follow. And we are going to go ahead and jump over to a splash screen for a bit while we get the next race set up. So hang on while we get ready for Serra versus McGurk.
There you go.
Hello everyone, this is Jay Tolmar. Welcome to the finals of the PK Scramble tournament. I'm so excited to have all of you join us here today, and I am joined today by Cool Ball. How are you doing, Cool Ball?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here. We just had a race that was the losers brackets or the danger bracket finals, and can't wait for this next race.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm going to let the runners get going in just a second after I finish doing final audio check. I did the horrible decision of being both on comms and... I'm super quiet, aren't I? Alright, I'm both on commentary and on tech, so it'll be just a second.
Ooh. Hey, Mad Cat. How did our voices sound? Was one a lot quieter than the other?
I guess I should be talking while you answer that question, otherwise it wouldn't be possible. Yeah, why am I so much quieter than you?
I do project. It could just be that.
I am actually... Oh, it's not a master difference. Thank you, Thelfon. It should be better when I start looking at the mic instead of my second computer. Alright, sorry for the tech difficulties. Everyone, we're going to get this race started in just a second. Also, how are you doing, chat?
Woohoo! Chat?
Chat?
We said, how are you?
How are you doing, chat? Timers are counting down. It should be in 30 seconds.
Chat's shy tonight.
Hi. Well, you know, I hear there's a book that can help with that, and maybe we'll find it this seed. It could be anywhere because PK Scramble is a key item randomizer. So what that means is that any key item in the game could be at any place that you'd find a key item. For example, you could have the Shyness book where the meteorite piece is supposed to be. PK Scramble will shuffle all those up, it'll shuffle up the character join locations, and it will also change a bunch of plot NPCs into giving you random teleport destinations. With all of these shuffled things, our racers are going to have to find some route through the game. McGurk, you'd better be not false starting on me. Come on, Gurk.
Gurk! Come on, Gurk! Well, as we can see on Serra's screen, when she went into Pokey's house, Buzz didn't give her the sound stone. It actually gave her the teleport to Threed.
I'm gonna go find Gurk's chat.
Is Gurk...
Wait, Cat, go yell at Gurk. I know you have the ins. Alright, there he goes.
Come on, Mad Cat.
Alright, so this is gonna be about, thanks, Rena. This is gonna be probably close enough that we can just, retime it at the end if it gets too bad. I'll see if I can sync up their timers in just a second. So yeah, as Coolball was saying, Buzz here gave us the teleport to Threed. I missed the rest of it during all of that tech stuff.
Yes. Oh, that's all you missed, I think. So the wad of bills were where the meteorite piece usually is. So if you can get to Tucson, then that'll get you to Threed, but we have Threed anyways. So.
Yeah, that makes the water bills completely useless. It only is useful for getting from Tucson to Threed. So yeah, with all of these scrambled around item locations, the runners are going to have to find a way to beat the game. These are the standard race settings for PK Scramble, which means that beating the game is going to mean getting 4 sanctuaries, finding your way to Saturn Valley, turning in the meteorite piece so you can get to the Cave of the Past, and bringing Paula so you can beat Giygas, and then beating Giygas. Or, we have a couple of alternate wins. You can also just do 5 sanctuaries and beat Magicant, or just 6 sanctuaries, and that'll also win. Usually these have been Giygas scenes. We've had both of the others happen at some point during this tournament. It's been a long tournament. It's 16 entrants, double elimination, which is 31 matches, I think. I shouldn't just try to do math on stream like that. But yeah, it's been a good time.
It was a lot of matches.
A lot of matches. We've been doing this for a while. It's very cool to see such good runners get to the end of this. We had so many great runners on the way up to this. I think, like, the entire top 8 was just like, wow, how can this person not be in the top 2? And even, like, some people who got eliminated really early were just, like, very, very good runners. People put in a ton of work for this. So, great job to everyone who participated.
Like me.
Like you! I thought you were going to go further, to be honest.
Hey, me too. But you know what? It was my first. I had first tournament jitters.
Oh,
so.
yeah, I'm so bad at these.
But
I lost the only Pika Scramble tournament I was in, because usually I'm helping organize these, so there's only one I could do. And yeah, I was worse than I thought I'd be.
yes,
Lisa's
tournaments are
asking
intense.
A great question, which is, what are these flags? So, for the finals, we asked all of our runners to pick 2 flags, and we combined whatever flags that ended up being. Serra's flags, which you may know from the previous race, are... shoot, I forget which one was which. She was Teleport Anywhere and Extended PSI Shuffle.
Extended PSI shuffle.
Yeah. So Teleport Anywhere means that they can teleport from places they shouldn't be able to teleport, inside buildings, inside caves, a couple other places, just weird places you can teleport wherever. It's very useful both for just getting out of places fast and using it for enemy dodges. And Extended PSI Shuffle means that the PSI that all of the kids have has been shuffled. Everything except the life ups gets shuffled in some way. So you could have, I don't know, fire instead of rockin'. Looks like Gurk's taking the death. So we have that, and in addition to that, the extended means that we also include the Jeff items in that pool. So the bazooka, the bottle rocket, those can become PSIs, and PSIs can end up in there. So you might have, instead of fire, Paula has PSI rocket, and instead of a bazooka, Jeff has a flamethrower.
Ooh, flamethrower.
Flamethrower.
Oh, and Gurk, by the way, his, so any seed that Gurk plays today, he will have random enemy shuffle and shuffled resistances. Which, does that apply to the bosses or all enemies?
So random boss shuffle is on normally, so it will still be on. Shuffle resistances does apply to both. So, yeah, so random enemy shuffle just means that any enemy can be put into any spot with no, like, sense of logic at all. And shuffle resistances means that a boss that might normally be very resistant to freeze, that very resistant to freeze could be turned into very resistant paralysis instead. Just, it shuffles them around, they have the same total resistance they would have before, but it's just permutated.
Always kind of sad when somebody is freeze resistant all of a sudden.
Yeah, freeze resistance is really the one that you want to keep an eye out for. I also think if they did a lot of prep, which I think both of these runners have, they might have a good idea what the paralysis shuffle is going to do as well, which I think could be pretty big. The higher level runners in basically all Earthbound categories and randomizers memorize what bosses can be paralyzed, so knowing how that could be shuffled up and changed could be a big advantage.
There's a lot of bukas in chat. Don't look now.
I just looked. Oh no. There's a lot of bukas in chat.
There's a lot. It's a lot of bukas. It's a lot of bukas.
Buka. We need to get that buka counter added to this. How many bukas you get. Unfortunately, we don't have any generated enemies, so we will not see any bukas, just regular bukas and great crested bukas. So,
It looks like we got the tiny ruby from Pooh.
Also, a great
Who is
example
the cabin?
A great example of shuffled enemies is this cabin fight, where we have some fire and the trash can attacking instead of a crow and some cultists. But it looks like there won't be any problem for them to... Sorry, you were saying the items. I completely lost track of what items they were.
Good. Let's see. Well, we got the tiny ruby from Pooh just now. What else? Water bills from Meteorite. I don't know. I got kind of caught up in the bukas too, so I I was
Yeah, me too.
not.
It's all right. I'm sure the runners
It's
know,
at
and they
least-
can't ask us anyway, so it's fine.
It's fine. We'll figure it out someday as they move through the seed. But I kind of spoiled this in the beginning because I got excited. But so this is the finals, right? So this is the actual final of the tournament.
Yeah, so
This
because
game?
it's possibly this game, it could be the next. So because this was a double elimination tournament, McGurk has gotten through the entire tournament without a single loss, whereas Serra has had one. So to be knocked out of this tournament, you have to lose twice. So if Serra loses, that's it. McGurk wins. If McGurk loses, then he gets his second match. He gets knocked into the danger bracket. We have the finals over there. So if McGurk loses, we will have one more match after this. Otherwise, it'll just be it. So we don't know.
So it could be the finals, or it could be the second to last if Gurk loses.
Yeah, you could think of this as a best of three where McGurk entered with a extra win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every time I look at chat,
last-
there's more bukas.
Yes.
Getting out of hand.
It's getting out of hand.
So
Oh, looks like Gurk's gonna try again for the boogie tent, which is trillionage. Ooh, and
tent.
possible
Buki tent.
Buka tent. Yes. Buka percent. Sarah's doing a strategic save.
That's why they call her
Because-
Saving Serra. Nobody has said that
Do
before,
they?
but probably now. When
She
everyone
shall
reviews this
henceforth
mod
be
and it's just like,
known.
yeah, let's just force that meme. Then it'll be real.
Henceforth known as Saving Sarah.
Technical
See, this
grenade.
is one case where, because Trillionage is usually freeze resistant, but it seems susceptible.
Yeah, also susceptible to bombs, so that worked out pretty well. Looks like both the runners got through it. So that item that you just saw Sarah use, the technical grenade, that is a bottle rocket slot bomb. Yeah, you try coming up with names for those, you end up with nonsense like technical grenade.
I like the technical grenade. I love PSI bomb. I love PSI rocket.
Everyone, I had to nerf PSI rockets so many times, and it's still great.
So good. A blurst run.
Yeah, so speaking of blursing, if we do end up in that second match between these two runners, we're going to have these same flags, but we're going to add one level of cursed enemies. So if you need even more reasons to hope that we get to game 2, that's a great one. So I'd love to see all these flags and just some rudeness sprinkled on top while the runners are tired.
And what are curses exactly?
Cursed enemies, so this will show up in the next seed if we have one. It just takes every enemy, and for every level of curses you have, it adds one extra twist or buff or just general piece of rudeness to that enemy. So that includes just like about 50% extra stats for any of the stats. It can include shuffle or giving them better resistances. It includes starting a PSI shield, making them explode, all sorts of mean stuff. If it comes up, I'm sure we'll have quite a few examples. There's a wide pool of things that it can pull from.
Changing into a different enemy after you kill it is probably like the most fun, but also annoying because
Yeah, I can think of a few. I don't.
you're done. But
Yeah, I want to keep my favorites in my
Yes,
back pocket for
transforming.
any new runners if it comes up. But there are some very good ones. Let's see. So both runners are doing Threed Cave. I also feel like at some point I should mention. So most RPG key item randomizers, the way that enemy levels work is that they scale up based on your level or how many checks you've done. PK Scramble is different. The way that it works in PK Scramble is the randomizer is going to finish randomizing stuff. It's going to find some logically possible route through the game with all of these shuffled items, and it's just going to scale everything according to that route. So one of the things that these runners are trying to do is figuring out what route they can go along where everything is increasing in difficulty at a rate that they can handle.
Gosh, kind of a lot of spawns there in Grapefruit Falls for these two. Is it the normal spawn rate this
Yeah,
Let's
so
go.
it's 60%, which it normally is for race percent settings. It's not that horrible week where we had 101%, or the weekly we recently had was like 200 something.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, I had to make the Sanchez brothers choose high spawn rates a lot less often than that.
Oh, and maybe we should tell our listeners that if you do want to try PK Scramble, we have at pkscramble.com, there's a link to the Earthbound speedrunning Discord, and we have a friendly weekly race.
Yeah, we've been doing them
And,
for almost 2 years. This week is week number 100.
Woo!
Yeah, ending on Thursday. So if you want to get in there and participate in Weekly 100, we'd all love to see you in there. Just hop onto Earthbound Speedrun's Discord, and join us on the weekly.
Please join us. You have 27 hours. I guarantee you can finish the seed in 27 hours. So-
Yeah, the record for slowest that somebody has done one of these seeds was 8, and they did twice as much stuff as they thought they should, or as they actually needed to. So yes, you can do it within 27 hours. Actually, I think one time I did half a seed, had to leave for a day, and came back, and actually did end up with like a 23-hour seed. So if you count that, then yes.
It's highly unlikely it'll take 27, though.
No, probably not.
Okay, looks like we got through the. If you're just joining in and did not notice, I think there was a timer sync issue.
Oh, that's right.
So
I
you
need
will
to fix
notice.
that. Thank you.
Can you? Are you able
Maybe?
to? I don't know. That's just wizardry magic.
I'm always
But,
so nervous every time I do it because I think I'm going to break something, but we'll find out.
So Sarah's timer is a little bit ahead. We thought Gurk wasn't starting on time, but maybe it was just a transmission delay. I don't know.
Yeah, so we're going to be getting Gurk forward. He'll be stuttering a bit while we sync him up.
Okay, cool. So Serra is going to do Milky Well. Did Gurk do Milky Well? I
have no idea.
sorry, bad commentator. I missed it.
Oh, no, we
I don't know if
fixed
he just
commentators so
left
bad at
straight
this
away.
part.
Looks like Gurk took the back entrance. Oh, and he's in Apple Kid's house. Giving him some food, giving him $200.
Cup of coffee. That's not very nutritious, Gurk.
Oh, I know. I mean,
It's
you
gonna stop
can
that
give
kid's growth.
you can give him like a salt packet, but just admit it. It feels wrong.
It's actually really good routing when you're coming in from on it to go pick up a condiment from the condiment vendor. Like, it's actually just like the fastest way to pick up an extra food item. So poor Apple Kid.
I know. I learned that from our fellow racer Andy about the condiment vendor trick, and I've used it ever since. So Apple Kid's gotten a lot of salt packets.
I mean, salt is delicious, so it could be worse.
Yes, it's an electrolyte, so you know.
It's true. It's literally what electrolytes are. It's just salt.
Yes. Apple Kid is a gamer.
You gotta stay hydrated. Drink that salt water.
Actually, probably makes you more hydrated than regular water. In a way.
No, literally true. If you're low on salt, you need salt to become hydrated. Don't know why we have science facts in this PK Scramble. It looks like we picked up the third kid over here. It's poop.
Cool, cool. We got that cabin key.
Okay, I'm gonna call this synced enough.
Yeah, that's very synced. GG, Tolmar.
Hooray!
You can follow Serra and McGurk, by the way. They are both extremely good at PK Scramble and probably other games. And Tolmar, too, who is the developer, by the way. Tolmar invented PK Scramble, and he is also commentating right now, so...
It's true. I'm doing too many things at once
pretty
right
cool.
now. Thanks for the shoutouts. Everyone's ats are in the thing, including Coolball, who streams this fairly often, has a very funny, entertaining chat, though not quite as PG-13 as this one, so watch out.
Oh, yes. I think it's over 18, just in case.
PG-18.
Just for the occasional... Yes, it's PG-18.
Bring your parents and be at least 18 years old. Your parents had better be over 18 too.
IDs are checked.
So Serra did this trick where you teleport out of the cabin fight when you get there, but then if you ever come back, Pokey runs from all the way over there, and you lose like 2 whole seconds.
Yes, 2 whole seconds. Precious seconds, though. When it's Serra and McGurk, like, these two racers are so good, and they kind of like go back and forth a lot of times with like winning the weekly races. So it's really exciting to see them racing in this final setting.
Yeah, and they've both been putting in a lot of work too. I've seen them both running practice seeds. They both actually just like went dark on their practice seeds and stopped streaming for the last couple of weeks too, which is ominous. Serra found a new tech, as we found out during the interview before. So yeah, they've been putting in quite a bit of work on winning this completely no-stakes race. So thank you for putting on this great show for us.
Yes, the stakes are none, but well, street cred.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the winner in the credits along with Charging Charles. But yeah, that's all you're getting.
I just want to do a shout out to Rizu, that you do need glucose to become hydrated. Let's stop with the demonizing sugar. It's just a personal soapbox of mine. Okay, now back to your regularly scheduled program.
All that in a box of soap.
Yep.
A box of soap could be an Earthbound item, but I don't know what it would do. And Serra finished up another sanctuary. McGurk's also doing a sanctuary.
And Serra has already completed Giant Step. I do believe.
I believe you.
So
you should have no soap in your water. Just a general health tip.
Oof. Yuck.
Yep. No boxes either.
No.
You can have your water in a box, but you can't have a box in the water. I know this is complicated, but I'm sure you can all figure it out. Alright, Sarah's heading back to the arcade. They both took a wipe here really early on. So because of that logic-based scaling, sometimes a item is just not needed for a really long time. And the logic just doesn't come here and check until it actually needs that item. So this apparently isn't something they didn't need at the start of the game. So when they went here, it was just way too high level for them.
Yes, although arcade is usually fairly early. I think you showed us the numbers one time, and I think the arcade was required for like over 90% of the seeds or something like that.
Yeah, I believe it. It's a little bit lopsided towards beginning stuff. If you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of how the logic works in this, it starts by fully randomly shuffling all of the items. And it goes as far as it can with whatever that is, and then finds a place where it can't progress anymore, and then it finds an item it hasn't used before and an item that would be useful, and it swaps their locations. So what that means is when it inevitably gets stuck in on it, because no on it items have been put there, it's going to go swap in an on it item to one of those spots from somewhere in the seed. So those spots are going to have on it items. And then next time it gets stuck again, those spots and maybe something else are on the table. But those spots are just going to be on the table over and over again every time it gets stuck. So it'll pretty frequently be something over there. Like they're kind of heavily weighted. A little weird buzzing sound.
No. I don't know if our chat hears it. Hopefully not. I do not. Our chat's talking about the quantum realm. Our chat is deep. We have. Oh, that's the other thing. People who play PK Scramble are really smart, really funny, really cool.
I hear they're all attractive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're good at video games and sports and
sorry.
everything they put their minds to.
And I talk so loud. I think my mic is. I'm trying to move it far away from my face.
Oh no. I thought I put my computer too close to my mic or something.
It might be, that buzzing sound just might be my fault. If you are able to turn me down just a skosh.
I am not. That's fine. It cleared up on my side, so I think we're good.
Okay. Sorry, chat.
Yet another sanctuary from mcgurk. This is going, like, it's been 3 minutes since the last time I saw him do one of them. This might be a really quick seed. Or they might get bottled looking for the meteorite piece forever. Who knows?
Thank you, Volvia. Appreciate it. You know what? I think probably one of them has maybe a tracker up on their personal seed. Yeah, Serra does. PK Scramble, if you are interested in starting it, it does have 2 trackers. It has an emo tracker, and then it has a tracker played by Aurilliux, who actually played in the last match, and they're both very cool and functional.
Yeah,
So
I think emo tracker is great if you're already familiar with emo tracker and just want something that you're used to. But especially for learning the rando, I think Ori's tracker is like really good to learn with, because it has all of the stuff written out as text, which can be easier to figure out. And also he did this wonderful feature where whatever checks he just tends to forget are in yellow. And that's all that yellow means on his tracker, is just Ori tends to forget it, but there are also checks that other people tend to forget, and it's very helpful to just be like, oh yeah, I'm forgetting this check, it's in yellow.
yeah, it's a good reminder system. So if you go straight down out of the hotel room in Moonside, you still don't get the text from the man with the gold tooth, but you do have spawns. Is that right?
That's right. So it's a recent change. Normally that skip would completely disable spawns, and for a very long time in PK Scramble's history, it would just disable spawns until you leave Moonside. But there's a lot of flags that ruined that, and so yeah, the spawns off doesn't happen. You have to deal with the spawns. It's still nice to skip the text. It's quite a lot of text. It's a good skip to learn.
I also learned that from Andy. I learned a lot of tricks from Andy.
Andy is really fast, and good at talking at what he's doing, so even though he didn't make it here, he's our 4th place runner. There's also a follow Andy, who is AND4H. Very entertaining.
He did 4-H when he was little.
Oh, is that why?
No, I don't know.
I didn't think so, but I was willing to play along.
Hey, you never know. I haven't asked, so.
Yeah. So Sarah's finishing up the Moonside check, and it is the meteorite piece, so this isn't going to be a meteorite piece hunt, but we still don't have Paula, so it could be a Paula hunt. Something really fun when you watch new people run this is they finish Moonside and they get real confused they haven't found an item and think they missed something. But pretty reliably, after a couple of minutes, they'll actually exit the cafe and then talk to the monkey and everything's fine. Good timing, Andy. Oh, also, we notice, it's probably been forever, but on McGurk's side, Jeff has a Nerve Ray. So, as we mentioned before, we have extended PSI shuffle. So that means that some of Jeff's silly items, like the slime generator, are shuffled in with really cool assist PSI, like paralysis. So then you get stuff like the Nerve Ray, which is just PSI paralysis alpha on a stick, which is very strong when a lot of enemies can probably be paralyzed that wouldn't be normally. This is a very powerful flag combo.
I love the Nerve Ray for that reason. And the, let's see, there's the Ice Balloon, and then which is Freeze Alpha, and then what's the other one?
I don't know.
Deep
There's
Ice
so many. I
Balloon?
don't know which one you're talking about.
Oh, it's the Freeze Beta Jeff item.
So freeze ones, you have Ice Balloon, a Dry Ice Balloon, Liquid Nitrogen Balloon. Those are your Bottle Rocket equivalents, and then you have the Freeze Ray and the Deep Freeze Ray, which are your Bazooka equivalents.
Andy, I was just telling the world how much I've learned about Scramble from you, and I was just postulating that you had done 4-H when you were little, and that's where your screen name came from. So, but if you are just joining in, McGurk has 2 sanctuaries. He has Fire Spring and Giant Step, and he is, doing his 3rd right now. And Serra has 3. So she has not done the Underworld Sanctuary.
Good tracking. Looks like Sarah's doing the Mole Cave, so you might notice, if you're very, very familiar with Earthbound's dungeons, that Mole Cave looks a little bit differently. We have a flag enabled by default in racing called Bridge Dungeons, which just makes Mole Cave and Stonehenge base a little bit shorter. The Bridge Mole Cave is actually very neat. It's a good redesign. You barely feel it. A Bridge Stonehenge is kind of silly. It just lumps all of the purple rooms together, but hey, then you have fewer purple rooms.
I'm down with fewer purple rooms.
Yeah, they're all really unfun, especially that one. If I said the worst room in the game, I think everyone would think of the same spot in Stonehenge Base.
Mm-hmm. Heck room, we call it.
Heck room. I really like the name Worst Room in the Game, because there's also a room called that in Super Metroid. It's just like, everyone knows what room you mean when you say that. It's like, oh, I guess it must be. I think Link to the Past might also have one, though I don't think it's as unanimous.
Oh.
Lumine Horseshoe. Lumine Horseshoe can be really annoying if you have any sort of enemy shuffle on, because those Fobby spawns turn into not Fobby spawns.
Mm-hmm.
Gurk's just retracing Serra's Moonside at this point, trying to find something to give this guy, but all of his items are just really good, so it's hard.
I know. He's hanging on to that jar of deli sauce.
I think that one might be the choice of what to get rid of here.
Department Spook number 4. I think. Might be number 3.
Should be number 4. The usual route through here would be 4, but maybe it's 3. I think it might be 3. I think she hasn't done either of the ones up and down from here. And McGurk gets the enter your meme phone call. Let's see what he's got. I think McGurk actually just has a... Oh, copycat. Lots of exclamation points. Very excited. I think McGurk actually has a post-it note full of memes, just so that he can more quickly come up with one. Chat's saying that we're all number 3, but I'm pretty sure the number of bukas is not even divisible by 3.
Not even divisible by 3.
Yeah, because they were doing powers of 2. Never mind. It's a dumb joke from way back earlier. I tried.
Oh. I thought Gurk just finished Moonside. Wow.
Sarah
guess
I thought Gurk had done Moonside earlier, but I've been juggling doing the deck stuff for half of this.
Oh,
so I'm so distracted.
Yeah. You're off the hook. I should see when Derek comes.
This race is off the hook.
I think the saying is off the chain, if I'm not mistaken. But
that's probably newer. We've updated this dumb saying. Alright, and Gurk found something. Oh, just wants all that money. Since it is easy deaths by default now, it's safe to just grab all of your money whenever you're next to an ATM, which Gurk has adapted in the meta for that, and I have not.
Oh, I wasn't insulting the Bukas, Rizu, don't worry. Oh, I was just noting that when Derek GNC comes, he has like a very organized tracking system that he is able to answer all of the questions all of the time. So be more like Derek and calming. I guess that's
Everyone can calm differently. So McGurk has finished off that Moonside. Sarah's finding out that Captain Strong is no longer able to be paralyzed thanks to this resistance shuffle. Oh, no, never mind. He still is. But it didn't really matter.
yogurt dispenser.
Yogurt dispenser. That's a good check. Especially with teleport anywhere, it's easy to get out of that place. It's probably going to be Paula.
My money's on it being Paula.
It would be funny if it was flying, man.
If it's not Paula, that'll be...
Yeah, just completely derail this seed. There's a key item up there, so I'm sure there's some way that this seed can pan out where you don't need a kid up there. It's interesting to me that Gurk picks up that item before checking this teleport. And learns Fire Gamma. That's not progression, though it will roast some things. And I believe this is going to be 4th Sank for Gurk, is that right? Very common to leave this Sank for 4th, because once you finish this, your 4th Sank, it opens up another shop from the Mr. Saturns. So this just routes in really nicely when you do it 4th. Whoa, that's something I've never seen before. Gurk using teleport beta to get past those enemies instead of alpha, and it worked.
Ooh, I will occasionally do that when I know if I just run straight, you're gonna run straight into something. This will be 4th for Gurk. Yeah, he has Giant Step, Lilliput, now Milky Well, and then he has the Fire Springs also. And he has the meteorite piece, so... But he don't have Paula.
Yeah, she is necessary for a Giygas finish. You can skip her if you do 5 sanctuaries, though.
Yep. So...
We got a UFO engine off of Mr. Monotoli. So that's a added key item for PK Scramble. It replaces the Paula Psychic cutscene that you normally get here, so that is actually its vanilla location, if you can call it that. And that just lets you go from the 3'd SkyRunner over to Summers.
Lost Underworld. Look like they're still chasing Serra. Despite full parties, and she's almost end of the game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty close. Maybe advantage Serra. As Gurk does have 2 pretty long dungeons with this cave plus Monotoli Tower in front of him, and I think Serra just has this sanctuary. This is a long sanctuary. I don't think we know that, Mr. Chargles, because we haven't seen the Everdread check. So, yeah, it could be something else. I think they have 2 Synaxis, right? Not this
Yes.
Everdread, the real Everdread.
They do have 2 Synaxis because they've both met with Apple Kid.
I couldn't remember if that was the seed or last seed. And Serra has no problem with that Everjersey. So, gonna be moving on. I think that was her 4th. Could be her... oh, this is a dinosaur.
It's definitely her 4th, yep.
So it looks like advantage Serra. We might be going on to game 3. Though I'm really calling this way too early. I'm just excited about the possibility of game 3. That's right, Ryuzu. I wasn't even commentating last round. We have different commentators every race to avoid it, and it wasn't enough. Yeah, I have no skin in who wins the finals, though I do kind of want it to be going to game 3, so I'll admit to kind of rooting for Serra right now.
I'll be the neutral person, or maybe,
Neutral fan.
yeah.
Yeah, Sarah's doing that 4th Sank shopping trip. Got that big league bat. You always like to see it.
That big league bat. I don't know why we always say that, but
There was,
do.
so in the other Earthbound randomizer, Ancient Cave, which is excellent and going to be having a tournament very soon, I think there was a bug or something that just made it so that the big league bat would show up too much. So the commentators, every time someone picked something up, was like, well, he also have that big league bat. We imported that to Scramble and turned it into a forced meme, so now you know. It's a convenient forced meme because it's kind of like the best bat you're going to find in a race seed. The other ones tend to be quite a bit deeper into logic than you're going to find on one of these. Looks like Sarah's getting ready for a Googie attempt. Yeah, in Vanilla there's 2 different items called Big League Bat, as Aurilliux is pointing out. They have different selling and buying prices. In PK Scramble, the handful of items that... in Vanilla, there's the expensive shop in Summers, and a couple of its items are just duplicate copies that buy and sell for more than the version you can get in Deep Darkness. In PK Scramble, that shop just charges double instead of having separate copies of items. And Gurk is getting pickled. Everyone's getting pickled today. We need to get your guesses in for who Giygas' assistant is going to be. It can be any boss that has not appeared except for Carbon Dog, Diamond Dog, or Ness's Nightmare. Those are banned because they'd be awful.
we're about having fun over here.
The Carbon Dog, Diamond Dog one is pretty funny when you get it because it's also graphically glitched and has a few other like minor glitches to it. So if you ever want to turn off safe boss placement and play until you get it, you can. But it's not really a common choice because it is really annoying. Cool, you got any guesses?
Oh gosh. Ori says Kraken, Electrospectre.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
Trillion
Kraken. We've
Strike.
had Kraken. We've had Trillionage. Haven't we had Electrospectre too? Gosh.
We had Spectre last season. I don't know if we did this one. Anyway, I am saying Sprout.
Saying Sprout. I thought we already had Sprout. Maybe that was last season. Oh my gosh. Clumsy Robot.
There we go. We've got seconds left to get it in.
Oh, Starman Jr.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and it is Carpenter,
Yeah.
which nobody could get. And so, once again, the Apple of Enlightenment could never predict this. Beowulf, you're right. Sprout was tent. Crimson Green, I saw that coming in after I saw Carpenter, so I don't think you got it.
Wait, with the chat delay? I mean, come on.
That's
Crimson's
true.
a pretty
Yeah,
honest guy.
He's also a memer. Honestly, a memer. An honest memer.
Oh, Carpainter went down quickly.
Yeah, they have Rocket. This is not one of the handful of bosses that tend to do well against that. Like Giygas. You see, PSI Rocket went from doing 500 or whatever it does to 1 to Giygas. For anyone who wasn't paying attention earlier, PSI Rocket is just a bottle rocket effect as a PSI. We have flags enabled that do that. Also, if you're intimidated by the number of weird flags going on here, you don't need to be. They are all optional. This is the finals of a multiple month tournament, so of course we've got some spicy stuff on here. You do not need to have a spicy experience with Big Scramble if you do not want to.
Spice is optional.
Spice is nice, though. And Gurk picking up that
It
ball.
is.
I believe that's the last thing he needed to get to Giygas. So if Serra takes a wipe here, this could still be a Gurk game.
There we go. Phase 2. Down.
On to phase 3. So did you know, I've said this so many times that probably everyone does, that this screen, when you do the first prayer, is technically a different phase than the rest of Giygas.
Oh.
That one, the one that just ended.
You mean the in-between?
The first between the speech and the first prayer is actually a different Giygas. So if you brain shock during that phase, it'll actually heal when you come up to this one.
And I think we just saw that actually, didn't we?
It could be. Though Serra has enough PSI points in everyone, I could see her just going for it intentionally. Beachgoers prayed for Ness and his square friends. Oh, Ness has the brain shock, and it did not work. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a thing that you can get off of your shuffled resistances. So, due to the way that Earthbound's resistances work, that does mean that Giygas has to be weak to Hypnosis. So, if Serra can find someone with Hypnosis and get one through, then it should be a pretty easy fight. But let's see if she knows that and found that spell and everything.
In extended PSI, Jeff has an item sometimes called like the Brain Scrambler that does brain shock.
Yeah, and it would be the Hypno Watch is the one that you would need here if it's a Jeff item.
Yeah, for hypnosis, yep.
That makes sense. Bless you.
Bless you.
Looks like Gurk's going for the 5-sank play. I wonder if he had some sort of read that would tell him. That actually does put him back into the running. We've seen some people go really far on the 5-sank route, like while the other player is in Giygas. I don't think this is enough. I think you have to be hitting Magicant about now. But yeah, this will pull Gurk a lot closer.
Brain shock.
Did we find the hypnosis anywhere? Looks like Sarah.
I don't think she tried it.
I don't know if she even has it.
She's just brain shocking. Yeah.
Ooh, maybe she doesn't know. We finally found a gap in Sarah's knowledge. So yeah, we're gonna carry through. It looks like Sarah's doing a pretty good job of just triaging everything as it goes, though, so still a good chance of getting through here. And we're on to final 2 prayers for Serra. It's looking good for her. Of course, it's possible to wipe until the very last one, because Giygas is a rude dude.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't wiped on the 9th prayer, you just haven't played long enough.
It's true. Also, flashing lights warning. We should have got that a little earlier, but this is where it gets bad. It'll get a little worse in a few seconds. And it'll get better when we all freak out and say GG. This looks like Sarah's got it, though. This is the final prayer sequence. She just has a 2-minute long cutscene. I don't think mcgurk can win in the next 2 minutes, though it is mcgurk, so I don't think it's 100% certain, honestly. We did see at one point during this race, as Daniel RGT went through and just did like a sanctuary and all of Magicant during the Giygas fight. I think like all of Magicant was during this cutscene too.
Hi, Brolivia.
Hello. You're in luck. This doesn't look like it's going to be the end. We're going to have to go on to a 3rd deciding match if Serra wins, which sure looks like she's winning.
Last final seconds here.
Yeah, that's still stream rate warning and sorry, bit rate warning and epilepsy warning, photosensitivity warning, but it'll be done in just a second. Yeah, so you're safe now.
Woohoo! There we go.
And GG Serra.
The Serra snipe.
Serra
GG Serra.
That is something people actually say. Alright, so we're going to have another match after this. We're going to see if Gurk wants to fill this out or just do a forfeit. He has another seed ahead of him. So,
The chicken.
chicken. What's up, Serra? Serra, I can tell that
GG
you're-
Serra.
Yeah, welcome.
Did she come in? No.
Oh, Serra, congrats on winning the first race.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I don't know if you caught that there, but I forgot to move the Franklin badge.
I did
That's,
not
It was
catch
on
that.
Jeff.
Yeah,
I saw that.
left it on Jeff. I forgot I had it. But yeah, that shouldn't have been as sketchy as it was, but I loaded up on Horns of Life, so...
Yeah, you were triaging stuff really well. I also saw that you were having trouble with Giygas having brain shock resistance.
Yeah, I tried to paralyze him. I don't know if that even works, but yeah, he was resistant to both.
I needed to try hypnosis.
Ah. Did I have that? I probably had it.
Alright, so everyone stay tuned. We're gonna have... It looks like Gurk's gonna finish out the seed, which I don't blame him for, but we're gonna have another match after this. These 2 runners again for the finals. We're gonna rotate in some fresh commentators, because I can't commentate for very long. Yeah, we'll have more Scramble for you soon.
Awesome. Congratulations, Sarah. Thanks for having me. And good luck to Sarah and Gurk in the rematch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Could you two fill for a bit while I do the new seed and all that?
Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely. I can stick around. 2 final matches. That is right. So Sarah, any other thoughts on the seed? You made it look easy this time. Especially
Oh, yeah, it went a
Compared
lot
to last
smoother than the
match.
first time. Yeah.
Yeah, the last one was rough. I mean, the beginning, for
Yeah.
sure. So
Yeah, I was saying it in the race room chat before, but I accidentally kind of counterpicked Gurk's pick of shuffle resistances, because with extended PSI shuffle you have bomb and rocket, so you don't care about resistances as much.
Oh,
So-
yeah. That's such a good point. Yes.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah. Shuffled resistances are always sketchy because, if you don't have like freeze resistance, we were saying on cons, that's just a big one where it's just so annoying to try to find something else.
Yeah, it's also something we very
That's-
rarely play with, so it's like not something that many people are very practiced with.
That's true.
Oh, GG go. That was close. The
GG, Gurk.
GG,
what was the
Gurk.
fifth,
So
what was the fifth
fast.
sanctuary? I thought about looking for one. Was it behind Everdread?
Yes, it was that into is that sewers?
The sewers. Yep.
Yeah. I thought about checking that, but I didn't want to fight Diamond Dog, so
Poor Diamond Dog. No one wants to pet him.
He doesn't have a forever home. Still. Are you going to be in the ancient cave? Oh, Gurk. Welcome.
Hello,
GG.
Welcome, Gurk. GG. That was pretty close.
Yeah, I was sad to see the finish right as I'm finishing fifth sank, but
yeah.
That does mean we get an
Yeah.
extra match though, so not too much to be sad about.
Yeah, with curses this time.
yay!
Yay! Everyone's
It's
favorite
only one.
flag. My favorite flag.
It's only one. One's not too bad.
Well,
I
Gurk,
assume-
don't sound too
I assume
excited.
you went five sank also, or
No, I went four
No?
sank. I didn't want to fight Diamond Dog.
oh, okay, yeah. I mean, Diamond Dog was pretty tame, but I guess it probably ended up being about a wash. The fight with who was the fifth sank? Guardian Digger was a little long too.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing was I forgot to move my Franklin badge over before the Giygas fight, so it was
Ooh, that could have been
way
spicy.
way sketchier than it should have been. But I'd completely loaded up on Horns of Life, so I had like 3 on everyone.
Excellent. Well, nice job.
Yeah, thanks. Good luck on the next one.
Yeah,
Thank
good luck
you.
both of you on the next one. I've posted the seed. Please check the flags for me. Yeah, we should have them ready to go pretty soon because we don't have to recrop or anything.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Next, the third and final round. It's the finals of the finals.
That's true. It's the danger bracket finals. So, which the first race also technically was. I don't know. Double elimination tournaments have some naming problems, especially near the end.
I think we can agree that this next race, though, is the finals of the finals. It's like
It's
the last one.
This is the
Oh,
third
these were both
strongest
the
finals.
finals. That's what it's called.
Yes. So again, if in this next race, Serra has chosen the flags of teleport anywhere and extended PSI shuffle, so you'll get those extra Jeff items and extra PSI abilities. And Gurk has chosen random enemy shuffle and shuffled resistances. And then for the finals of the finals, we are also having curses on the enemies. Do you guys want to hype each other up before the match?
I'm coming for you.
Take that as
I'm hype enough already.
Sarah, you have some stamina. 3 in a row. So, wow.
I think I need to reroll this seed. Looks like it's missing the curses.
Is it just that it doesn't show up on the thing?
If it's not showing up, then it's set to 0. So I'll reroll the seed.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, well, I will go get ready and I will see you on the flip side.
Yep. See ya.
Silence before the storm.
I almost accidentally said it there too.
Pardon?
I almost accidentally said curses to level 2.
Oh. Well, that would mean
It'd
you
be
could do
twice
that.
as good.
That would. Yeah. Anybody just tuning in? I'm going to put in chat pkscramble.com. You can figure out how to play or check around that website. And also, it has a link to the Earthbound speedrunning Discord where you can join in the weekly race, number 100 this week. You still have 27 hours. Still.
All right. Looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm going to pull in the other commentators and get that set up. Should be pretty good.
Okay.
Hello there. Hey.
Hey, yo.
Hey, no. Hey. Great commentary last round.
Thank you. I'm like offline, right?
Nope, we're still on. I can swap it over.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Either way.
All I can think of all of us meeting is, hello, Barbie. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Barbie.
Hey, Barbie. Hey, Ken.
I happened to see that preview as one of the trailers before the Super Mario Brothers movie yesterday. Now that was a fun time.
Wait.
What about
Okay, I'm gonna
Alan?
unhot mic
Good
all of you.
question.
People are ridiculous.
Oh, gosh.
When the commentary gets wild.
Gonna do. She's gonna tell you. All of you.
Okay, let's be it.
Oh, we're apparently still hot on the mic. We're still hot on the mic, everybody. Hi. Final for the PK Scramble for the spring. We have Serra versus McGurk, and I have my lovely commentator Leslie with me. Say hey.
Good evening, RPG Limit Break, and this is truly it, the grand final of the PK Scramble tournament between Serra and mcmcgurk.
Super excited about it.
Oh, yes.
Let me go ahead and talk about what this randomizer is. For those who do not know, what this is a key item randomizer. So, the key items can be found at places where other key items are. So, for example, you could be finding some trout yogurt up near the meteorite, or you could be finding a carrot key in the library. There's also some teleport checks that are thrown in for good measure. So you can potentially go talk to Buzz, or go check out a statue, or go to the Starmen, and they could give you a warp to Winters, or the Underground, or Deep Dark, things like that. We do have some different goals that we can be shooting for, and we will discuss those here in a little bit, but there is about 3 different ways that they can potentially win, and there is enemy scaling active as well. Looks like we got to start on the beginning, so we're going to go check a couple items. But do you want to talk about our flag set for today?
So this flag set is going to be interesting. Well, first we got a Buzz check, which is right next to where you start the game, typically in your neighbor's house. The teleport is to Summers. Enemies are completely shuffled, but they are scaled to where your current area, as well as that particular point in the logic.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one example that we're looking at. Now, that slingshot that Serra just picked up, that is not what is typically there. Items have been shuffled throughout the game. And also, enemy PSI powers are scaled, and there's our first example of a level 1 curse, where each enemy is going to have something different about it. Like, for example, that fish exploded.
Oof.
They don't do that in the vanilla game.
No, they do not. We do have the...
Nice moves by Serra to get around Liar Exaggerate. Not once, but twice. I did not know you could do that.
We do have Happy Village on the statue, and we do have Teleport Anywhere activated, so we will be able to go and warp right out of this cave without having to walk out. Do you have a question in chat? What's the expected time to finish the run? Typically, it's about an hour-ish or so. With the caliber of these runners, I'd be willing to say plus or minus 10 to about an hour.
Yeah, I could see that. Serra, unfortunately, having the misfortune of an NPC getting in the way. Shades of Dragon Warrior, where that is a common occurrence.
Truth. Hieroglyph copy in the library. So that will be interesting. What we can do right now is we could technically warp over to Summers, go check Magic Cake, get another warp, and if we wanted, we could go do the Scaraba check. Might not be on the plate for right now, but it is an option. Now, let's check what the arcade, what scaling the arcade is at.
The item outside the arcade can be a tell. It was a repel sandwich, so... Oh, that soul-consuming flame. Ooh, that was a close call for Serra.
Gutsed it out. So we could only see... And that wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad.
Dirk's leaving.
Yeah, I don't blame. Going to Happy Happy, potentially getting another kid, at least an item. Barf is a big oof there. You will see that...
Ooh, just wanted to mention that it appears as though the victory spell is thunder.
I was gonna mention that of PSI. You can see that's the extension of PSI Extendo. So that is always a little rough. Looks like we have Jeff over in the jail. Also had the keys. So this is not. They're not wanting to work out for this. Jeff has something in his pockets. I just missed it just by a hair. But Sarah's
I want to say that was the meteorite piece.
That
I might have misseen that.
We'll get some confirmation here in just a bit, I assume. Wasn't bad. Go ahead and get the extra kid. Get the items here that are going to be scaled very differently. While Sarah's going to go call the Stoic Club and say, "Hey, I'd like to eat some cake, please." And that will provide another warp.
Good items.
That
provides some. I just figured I'd interject and mention that the items that mcmcgurk picked up from the cultist hideout, a super plush bear and a magic fry pan. Those seem to be upper level items.
The warp point, the magic cake could be a warp, or it could be the PSI for Pooh later down the road. Either way, it will open up the potential for a Scaraba check. Now, McGurk is in a really good position with two kids, going to be able to do more damage output on that. But we will see. Scaraba, okay, we don't even have to go do the Kraken check. How about that? What is needed? What is needed for go mode? Good question. Thank you for that. So what's needed for go mode? Let's talk about some victory conditions. So, with victory conditions, there are 3 different victory conditions. We've got 4 sanctuaries and Giygas, 5 sanctuaries and Magicant, or 6 sanctuaries to finish out. So they can choose whichever one fits best for their potential moveset, their equipment, anything like that. So we have seen a lot of people go on Magicant finish, but a good Giygas finish is also pretty hype.
Indeed, and we saw that in the previous race. Although sometimes going for Giygas is not as viable as it would be in other seeds.
Correct. Sanctuaries are this game's dungeons, including the boss at the end of each. Good call out there, T-Tree. Sanctuaries are denoted with the white starburst on top of the door. Those will lead to a sanctuary where we can get fully healed up, revive everyone, full magic points, everything like that. Does look like Serra is going to go visit the giant step. Go ahead and take care of that. Looks like Scaraba was a little bit of a heavy hitter. Might as well go take some levels here and go check that out. It is interesting that Serra has not went to Happy Happy yet.
Yeah, that could come back to haunt them.
Well, even if they are capable of doing giant step, which could be very plausible. The enemies aren't doing terrible. I say that. I shouldn't have said that. Cursed Serra there. But also, it's good experience for Jeff being able to do that. So, could be interesting. All right, Serra has warped to Happy, and I just have not blanked out on it, have I? Because I don't think they're missing anything. McGurk's having a better time with the pyramid, making it a whole lot easier. The extra with Jeff and also a teddy bear. You got 2 extra bodies who are capable of taking care of things.
Serra got the win, and yeah, when you have extra bodies, the fights become much easier, much more manageable.
Agreed. Vol, correct. Not all dungeons have sanctuaries at the end of them. There are only 8 dungeons that have sanctuaries at the end. Serra is in the first one. If you're playing vanilla, logically where this lands, we'll find out when we go take on the sanctuary boss. They'll go, hey, welcome to your X number of dungeon. And it'll tell you logically where you're at. I would imagine that this would have to be 1 or 2. I'm leaning towards 1. But we'll never know. Or we'll find out when we get to the boss, who will tell you.
Speaking of bosses, that's a boogie tent guarding the switch that leads to the Hawkeye location.
Boogie tent was barely an inconvenience. Step on that switch and you have to walk all the way back to go check it out. Right. You finally made it. This is your first. Exactly. But replace first with wherever logically it is. Yeah. I'm guessing this is first, second outside. Okay, second. All right. So logically, they were supposed to be going somewhere else. I'm going to give a guess that the first one then would have been Little Footsteps in Happy Village. We did have the warp there, so that is a potential. You know, I can't say I blame Gurk for avoiding those mushrooms.
Yeah, the mushrooms are bad enough in vanilla.
Agreed. Now, the Starman Deluxe here does have a curse on it. It's looking like bear, but I do believe it has a PSI shield. So you've got heavy PSI users, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have to hit it 3 times, and then it'll drop the shield, but could put it back on. But just physically attacking it is better.
Yeah, this looks like a fight Sarah's gonna need some more party members for, because in PK Scramble, the amount of enemies that can be called in to help the bad guys can exceed vanilla.
Yeah. Did you happen to see it was on Hawkeye platform?
No, I was too enamored with the fight going on Sarah's side.
Same. We'll get that
Wonder if
confirmation here.
I bet chat saw it.
We're all just staring. It was Fly Honey? Okay, great call. Thank you, Rizu. Appreciate you. Fly Honey is not bad. The warp to Dalam. Okay. So right now, Gurk is able to go to Dalam.
Oh, look at those items on Gurk's side coming out of the pyramid. We have got some of the best equipment in the game for sale. And our runners cannot afford it.
No.
You hate to see it.
Agreed. This is a smart move. Go ahead, run through Dungeon Man, Brick Road, Dungeon Man. You'll be able to get the submarine and go to Deep Dark. Now, you may not be able to do anything as of yet, but it does give you the warp. Because right now, if we were to nope out and go warp to Dalam, we would have to walk back through the entirety of Pyramid. You don't have to hit the switch again, but not great. It's not a good time.
And Cool Ball in chat does point out that rather not. Excuse me, Pebble Possum in chat points out you can't easily warp back to that shop either, which is a very good point.
Yeah. If they decide to go Giygas, you could potentially see them deciding, I would like these, I would like this equipment. Now, thinking about it logically, so that equipment is there, it would assume, hey, you're gonna take the warped Deep Dark. Is the Deep Dark shop going to be better?
Ooh. mcmcgurk picking up some very good equipment here in Dungeon Man. That's a Pixie's bracelet.
It's not bad. Mad Cat is saying Bet Gurk takes the wrong hole here to get back to the shop. We'll have to see. Serra went ahead and took Lilliput steps. That would be their first sanctuary. And you'll see teleport anywhere. Example, boom, right out. There's no way submarine is in logic. Does that mean that equipment could be better then? Moonbeam gun.
Now, this is definitely not the typical logic expected for this seed because that's Jeff's second strongest weapon that he can equip right there in a normal Earthbound playthrough. Now, Heavy Bazooka would probably be the best item that Jeff could use multiple times in a battle because a Heavy Bazooka is the equivalent of a super bomb every turn.
Exactly. You gotta love that. So, looking at it logically, what I kind of expect here, Gurk is gonna get Deep Dark Warp. Great. Awesome. Don't have Hawkeye, can't do it. What I imagine they're going to do is they're going to warp up to Dalam, get the third kid. I'm gonna give a guess that it's Paula, but they are also going to be able to get free heals there. I love using Dalam as a free heal in case you're getting it beat out of you. You're like, I need a heal. I don't want to go pay for a hotel. That's an option. But ultimately, it's that third kid that is going to be key.
Oh, wow. That is a rabbit's foot pickup for mcmcgurk, which is probably one of the best pickups you can have for Jeff, especially if multi-bottle rockets are somewhere in the seed, because that is a speed of plus 40.
Are they going to buy? They don't have a ton of money. Baddest Beam, Death Ray. I mean, there you go. There's the shop here.
Pendants.
Yeah?
Wow. In terms of body equipment, that is third best behind the Sea and Star pendant because that is half PSI resistance to any party member who has that equipped.
That is going to be excellent. Now, Serra is having a little bit of problems with Boogie Tent. Jeff is down, not so much of a body blocker anymore. And that spewing of fly honey to make you not be able to move, not great, especially when you have PSI Thunder. Unfortunate. Ooh! There is food.
That is some rubber banding right there. What happened there is Serra was flashed to where Ness felt strange and tried to use a cup of life noodles on the Boogie Tent instead of the intended target of Jeff.
Yikes. Now,
barely wins the fight, though. Holy smokes.
We do have Pack of Bubblegum. I believe that was Jeff's item. And it looked like what was Pooh's item?
I didn't see.
We will be able to go do the Place of Nothingness check. It is a slow check. It is not a great check. It is, however, a work check. Clutched out the victory. There's Serra. Gotta do the rest of it.
No, got pecked by a duck.
Yeah. But they did get to hit the switch, so be able to walk back through, just drop down, not have to worry too much about it. Gurk's taken place of nothingness check. What warp is going to be there? Only time will tell. At this point, they'll have to rely upon Jeff and Pooh's items, which I do believe that would be gum, and I don't know what Pooh's item was off the top of my head. But it looks like, at this point, go little footsteps, get your sanctuary. Next, go take out Onette. Go do the arcade, go do giant step, you'll be good to go there.
So it looks like that was a jar of fly honey in the pyramid. And the teleport was to Saturn Valley.
That is pretty hype, actually. So, with Fly Honey, you're going to be able to take out another sanctuary after Belch Base. So, right now, McGurk is looking down and saying, I have potential 3 sanctuaries. I only need, air quotes, need 4. However, we still need to get Paula for Giygas. Or go 5 sanctuaries, avoid Paula altogether, and just go for Magicant. That is ultimately a thing we could potentially do.
Sarah's going shopping. I wonder what for.
Probably those excellent items. Super Plush Bear is putting in some work for us over on McGurk's side.
Oh, it definitely has, as mcmcgurk gets rid of Master Barf much faster.
Yeah? Now all we need to do is take out the Plague Rat of Doom. Teddy bears are the true MVP until the exact moment they aren't. Where you get caught by an enemy, you get red swirled, and you're like, thanks there, Teddy Bear. Appreciate you. Okay, guess here.
Ooh.
Mayor has Hawkeye. Nope, Tiny Ruby. I lied. Just kidding. You go pick that up. Ultimately, you go pick that up. You have Summers. Go do it. Take care of it. Now, for those who don't know, I didn't know this until I did some speed runs for Boogie Percent. If you walk into the arcade and walk back out, you can take a full heal from the boss at Frank's position. So, Frank in Vanilla, or in our case today, Barf. You can get a full heal, and that is excellent. Hall of Fame bat and left. I don't know how I feel about that, but it will catch Serra up. Ultimately, it's going to come down to just how much they need that equipment.
That's a good question. It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, that Frank heal you mentioned. If in Ancient Cave Rando, which is an entrance shuffle for Earthbound, more on that later. If you do find the arcade where Frank is, you defeat Frank and Frankenstein Mark II. You go back out the way you came and back in. You can get a full heal that way. It's a bit on the slow side, but hey, beats nothing.
Exactly. Better a sharp stick in the eye. McGurk is going to go take out Giant Step. Going to have no problems unless they body block the rope. Which that is not a curse, but boy, is it a curse. Gonna have no problems here. Serra is gonna go right off to Saturn Valley. They with having Fly Honey, they could go do Belch Base. Not a bad strategy. We'll see how it goes. Ooh, okay. Meteorite piece was on the plate. Okay. We did not see that, I don't think.
I think we did earlier. That's one of Pooh's equipment, a flash grenade, and a hard hat.
Not bad. So if I'm McGurk at this point, I've got meteorite piece, I've got all of these things. Where do you go? Oh, I know where they're going.
Serra just picked up a winter's teleport.
Ooh, with Gum, that could be that's another sanctuary. So we have it lined up where we have a potential for about 4 sanctuaries already. So it's going to be a race to who can do them first and which order you do them. Let's see what Tiny Ruby turns into. Tiny Ruby turns to Carrot Key. All right, okay. Which of those would be more annoying? No idea. Is this the best of one? No, technically, no. Right now, this is the final of finals. So earlier we had one match, and the winner went on, and then this is the final of final of final. So at this point, like you said, T-shirt, yes. Okay, so let's get a state of how things good, or how things are. McGurk has Giant Step, has the ability to do Lilliput Steps, has the ability to do Milky Way, and has the ability, and is probably currently doing, the Pink Cloud. They technically also have the ability, through Saturn Valley, to also do Pond Cave. That's all 5 lined up. With Teleport Anywhere, any one of them are honestly just as fast. So it ultimately comes down to what one do you think of logically doing them to see get some EXP, or reverse logicking them so that you can get high EXP and then just crush everything else.
So going through dungeons that would be at a higher level than you're supposed to go through can get you some really good equipment. Like, look at the equipment that mcmcgurk has. Oh my goodness, we all of a sudden have a Kraken on our screen.
The Ghost of Starman. Alright. Pink Cloud was 3rd. Okay, not bad. The Guardian General is not a terrible one, and it's down. Alright, that was excellent. 3rd one provided no challenge for McGurk. That extra equipment really paid off. Serra with the back of Pyramid Strat, not bad if they wanted to get some extra equipment.
Yeah, I don't think that was intended, though. They wiped in that fight.
Hey, every strat is intended unless it's not.
And that's a pencil eraser on Sarah's end. Now, that's an interesting pickup because Serra can now go a back way to Tucson via Peaceful Rest Valley, but honestly, that's slow. Do you really want to do something that's slow? Nah, not in a race.
No, you don't do that in a race. At this point, the best thing for Pencil Eraser is skipping Brick Road. Death Warp to Desert Merchant is a trick, remember? Yeah, it's one of those. All right.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
What is the meme that McGurk is doing while we are getting a Tessie ride over on Serra's side? So if you have them, drop your Tessies in chat. While we tread over ground that we've covered before, don't forget to go ahead and drop a follow for these runners. This is the final of finals. Whoever wins this will be the winner of the 2023 Earthbound Speedruns PK Scramble tournament. That is a mouthful. Make sure to follow them. They do excellent PK Scramble content. I'm sure that several of them will be also doing Ancient Cave that's coming up that we'll discuss later as well. Make sure to drop them a follow, and make sure to give a follow over to Jay Tolmore, who is the creator of this randomizer. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to give a follow to Leslie, lovely co-commentator here tonight. Appreciate you, and make sure to give them a follow and give them some support.
Much appreciated, and I also will be involved in Ancient Cave.
There you go. And if you are bored enough, you can follow me. I also do some PK Scramble content as well. Do that pretty regularly, and going to be picking up some new stuff for it as well. MS Paint East. You thought I said MS Paint West. It was neither. It was me. Ness. We are going to go ahead and see the Belch base as Sarah's taking out Pond Cave, but Belch base is providing no challenge at a green swirl. Jeff is down again for Serra. Jeff can't win.
Yep.
All right, and Belch base is down. Or no, I'm sorry. Belch base is not down. That was just an irregular enemy. I'm sorry. Captain Strong. And Captain Strong is down. Crushing it over there. All right, hopping in for the third match. All right, Charles. Right now, it's kind of McGurk's game right now, but Serra is not behind. They are doing a little. They have a little bit to catch up, but it's anyone's game till the end. Gurk is making a little bit faster progress because of equipment, but all in all, it's still up in the air, honestly.
We got some unusual enemy movement on mcmcgurk's side. That fierce shattered man was moving like it was a UFO.
Yeah, break logic, kinda. Break logic a little bit there because of the pyramid.
This could get out of control on mcmcgurk's side very fast, as those loaded dice are calling for help from more loaded dice, as well as some bad buffalo that explode. And their on-screen sprite was also a magic butterfly. If that's not cursed, I don't know what to tell you, because that's about as cursed as I've ever seen.
Yeah! Your buffalo explode. Agreed. Alright, so Serra is going to go ahead and check the rat check over in the lab. Gonna jump in
Also get a full heal.
Yep, gonna jump in the Enertron, and unfortunately, we find out we are still hungry. We got plenty of repel sandwiches. It looked like. So if we go Magicant, we walk through Pink Cave, no problem.
I'm going to the shining spot at Milky Well for Serra. The number here is number 6. Oh no, this could be water.
Oh.
And that's Ness's nightmare. Oh boy, this could be some honest to goodness total carnage.
Yeah. Yeah. Starman Jr. for McGurk provided no challenge. McGurk looked at it and said, "I'm sorry, you're doing what now?" And got out of there quickly.
chat pointing out that the Franklin badge isn't even in logic at the 6th sank. So Thunder's not so bad, but what is bad and quite annoying is that Ness's Nightmare is casting PSI was a PSI shield, but now it's switched over to a regular shield.
It looks like it. Decided that they were in danger and needed to swap their shield. Hopefully they don't have any deaths there. McGurk is going to go ahead and try Milky Well again. Looks like they're going to get a much better set of spawns, aka no spawns.
Ness's Nightmare is down. Very nicely done for Serra. That was a tough fight.
Yes, it was. 6th Sanctuary, man, that is really good. Serra pulled it out, and that's really good. Like, can give some really good experience. Just hopefully you're able to utilize it. All right, and there is the Milky Well. Did McGurk grab Saturn coffee?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
That is interesting. Either way, they have 4 sanctuaries. No Paula, though. So, that's a problem. That's a Paula problem. Because we need Paula to go do Giygas. If we don't have that, that's... Okay, Lost Underworld. Okay, good call, Arn. Did not see that. Was looking something else there, clearly. Lost Underworld, okay. With the ability to do Fire Springs, that is excellent. Yeah, 5 Sanks under, then Magicant we go.
Also have the Tenderkraut from Winters.
I don't think that McGurk does.
That would be Serra, excuse me.
So it's... We'll see how this goes. It's looking good. No Paula, throw away the deluxe fry pan, get rid of it. Ooh, those UFO boxes, spooky.
Indeed.
Repel sandwich strats, not a bad idea. Especially on 5th Sank, just take out the Teleport Anywhere is on in the seed. Through the finals, Teleport Anywhere has been on. Green Swirled Oko, not bad.
And Fire Spring was the logical number 4. With Electrospectre as the boss.
Yeah. Alright, Electrospectre is down. That's 5 Sanks for McGurk. Pink Cave is pretty good for Teleport Anywhere. Oh! The cheeky...
Oh, that's not nice.
The cheeky little enemies.
The Mooks try to be cheeky, but McGurk's having none of it.
He's saying, not in my house.
Yep, and I'm picturing a Dikembe Mutombo finger waggle, too.
That is exactly what I was picturing as well, and could not remember the... There's the teleport to Magicant, so... Stepping into Magicant, alright, let's play the fun, ever so fun game. We get 2 different guesses here. Who is hanging out in the Sea of Eden, and who is the boss? Because there will be options there. So we have 3 enemies. They'll all be the same. But who was wandering around the Sea of Eden as kind of the bouncers. And then we have the main boss, Ness's Nightmare. The winner of Seeds. Who is going to be there? Culex? Probably Culex. You know what? I'm going to go for it.
And Mario RPG, that would definitely be it. I'm going to say Playground of Doom swimming around. and Carbon Dog as the Nightmare.
Playground of Doom was in arcade.
Rat. Swimming Rat would have been amusing.
I'm gonna go with Frankenstein 2 as Wanderer and Flea as the end boss.
What? Oh, we got Doggo in the water.
Hot dog. Preemptive GGs to Gurk. Ooh, don't do that yet. Thunder and Storm could be absolutely devastating with Calamitous Thunder. Ooh, 239. Rainbow. Oh!
This Nightmare!
No!
It ain't over yet! Defeated one last curse for us, and it came at just the right moment. Good lord! That was the perfect spot for that twist, and I'm loving it.
Oh my gosh! That was evil, and I love it.
Speaking of evil, look at the massive enemies on stage, and good gravy.
Nightmare is down. That is going to be the GG. Folks, we have our winner, the final. Mad Cat's dad. It's McGurk, the winner of the PK Scramble 2023 Spring Champion. Everybody throw those GGs up.
The official time for McGurk, 39 minutes, 52 seconds. That is just a wildly, insanely fast time. How about that finish, though? That was... wow. I've never seen anything. I mean, I've seen one of my buddies, Gunarm Dime, play PK Scramble with a lot of curses, because he goes big on curse settings for his randomizers. I've never seen a file enemy transform like that. That was wild. And Serra has thrown in the white flag for this seed. GG's to Serra for an incredible tournament run.
McGurk, you've won the finals. Well, what are you going to go do?
I'm going to Disney World.
Woo!
I knew someone was going to say that. And we welcome in Serra as well. GG. That was a heck of a seed and a heck of a tournament run overall.
Yeah, wow. What was that seed? GG, I don't know how you dealt with that. I died like so many times.
I went to Deep Darkness and got all the things.
Deep Darkness.
That's about it.
Wait, did you go through Dungeon Man?
I went through Dungeon Man.
Ah.
I ended up with Pixie's bracelet. I don't know if I think just one, but then Dungeon Man had a Moonbeam gun and a Hall of Fame bat was at the shop at the end.
I bought the Hall of Fame bat, I think.
I didn't quite have enough money for it, so I decided to go through Dungeon Man and Moonbeam gun, Crystal Charm, lots of things, and
yeah,
I mean, I guess I'll have to watch the race to see how else it went.
Yeah, it was just me going everywhere and dying. It's just everywhere was too high scaled. I forgot that I had Happy Village for quite a while, so that was really bad.
Oh yeah, because we got Jeff right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Jeff didn't do anything even after I got him.
Well, with the Moonbeam gun, he sure did.
Yeah. Yeah, not so much with just a stun gun.
Yeah, it looked like Jeff was taking a nap all the time. That was a really good run. The Pyramid to Dungeon Man was, and then to Deep Dark was really, that really set you up for a really good rest of the seed. Do you find that when you go through Pyramid, even if you have Deep Dark or Hawkeye axes. You find, you know what? Let's just go do Dungeon Man. Let's go ahead and take that warp and chop. Why not? We have some options.
Yeah, with normal spawn rates, it's generally easy enough to avoid enemies. So it usually can be worth it. This time it was because of all the items that I got. And it was early enough on where, that just carried me through everything. Except for that unfortunate loaded dice bad buffalo fight.
Ooh.
That's what I just finished dying to.
Gosh, that was disgusting.
So when we went back for that, I didn't bother. I had a Repel DX that I picked up somewhere, so I used that for that whole one to make sure I wouldn't have a problem again.
Yeah.
But there was no way to know since they were butterflies.
Yeah.
That was the evil part of that, too, I might add.
I really liked it. Congratulations, McGurk. How does it feel to be the runner of runners, final of finals, champion for PK Scramble?
It feels pretty good right now. I'm sure it'll feel better later as it sinks in.
So now, when do we get to see the grudge match between you and Charles? the champion of champions.
I don't know. We'll see. Chargles had taken this one off for reasons, so I'm glad to go against him again. We've had some fun races against each other in previous events, so yeah, we have fun together.
There you go. Speaking of races against each other, I think I would be remiss if I didn't. If you are looking to learn this this randomizer, you can join the Discord for the PK Scramble, the Earthbound speedruns. You can get to it through the About page on pkscramble.com. You'll be able to join. And honestly, I don't think that there's a single runner in there who is not willing to show what they know. And if you're really ready to sit and learn, you can learn a lot. Like, honestly, even commentating through these races and watching all of these, honestly, titans who've been running, sitting here going, that's witchcraft. How did you do that? How did this happen? What is this? Been able to learn so much through these races and through community races as well, which we do every week. And generally, Serra and McGurk, you generally are running those weekly, aren't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Usually, if I don't forget.
27 hours. So this one's the 100's over. But yeah, there's generally, especially now that it's between seasons for tournaments, there's generally people who are willing to run and to just have fun runs of saying, hey, let's do some different flag sets or things like that. I know that there's quite a few people who stream and who do that. I know everyone here does do PK Scramble to some degree or another. And that happens quite a bit. So that you can look forward to that if you're interested in learning. You don't have to run curses. I'd recommend not running curses if you're still learning, but I don't know your learning style. Anything else from you, Serra McGurk? How are you doing? Any thoughts, questions, concerns, statements, song requests?
Just thanks to everyone for playing, watching, commentating, restreaming, and especially to Jay Tolmar for making this whole thing in the first place.
Yeah, thanks everyone. I'm just glad I won the first one, so we got 3 games.
Me
too.
Yeah.